Bangladesh. If you go transit through Doha or any of those Middle Eastern countries, you will get bad glances from the locals. And this is what because they associate Bangladeshis with the lowest level of work in their countries. We need to go beyond this. We need to go from the gray bar to the blue bar, or to the yellow bar, or even beyond that. We need to upskill our migrant workers. I studied the last few 5-year plans of our country. Our country takes immense pride in sending workers abroad. We have focused on quantity, not quality. This is a major, major policy failing. And I was deeply, deeply disappointed by the fact that we have not gone into upskilling our migrant workers. I mapped out from BMET data, where do our workers go? If you look at the different colors, it shows you the percentage of workers going to the different countries. Dark blue means very little, yellow and orange means very high. So this is from 2009. In 2009, we were sending a large proportion of workers to many countries around Saudi Arabia and North Africa, but there were also workers going to Italy, there were workers going to Southeast Asia, and you have to keep in mind, many of the work jobs in Southeast Asia, like Singapore and Malaysia, tend to be more middle skilled jobs. They're often in engineering, they get proper adequate training before they migrate. Now, what happens in 2019? If you look at 2019, essentially the majority of workers are concentrated, the largest proportion of workers are concentrated in Saudi Arabia. Now, why is this a problem? This is because we, instead of diversifying the countries that we send our workers to, we have concentrated them into a few select countries where the opportunities are not only low-skilled, they work in very dire conditions and unsafe conditions. So, 50 to 60% of migrants in Saudi Arabia tend to be in low-skilled jobs like construction, cleaning, and domestic support roles. What we need from a policy perspective are strong bilateral or multilateral agreements into higher skilled occupations, like care work. The green transition is one of the biggest things that most countries globally are looking into. The green transition requires low-level engineers for electrification, for changing gas to electricity. Why can we not send more workers into these jobs? They don't have the people, we do. We should be sending them into these jobs. We need to be sending people into IT and tech services. We all hear about AI. We need to learn how to leverage AI, not be a victim of AI. So, the first point is we cannot